Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone and welcome. Aujourd'hui, on va parler au sujet de chapitre 5, vocabulaire 2. So today we are going to talk about chapter 5, vocab 2. I'm going to go through really quickly and review all of the words from Monday, and then we are going to go through and learn the rest of the words today. So, on va commencer. So let's start. En premier, on a à la bibliothèque, which means at the library. Au café, which means at the cafe or the coffee shop. Au cinéma, which means at the movie theater. Au centre commercial is at the mall. Au stade is at the stadium. Au parc is at the park. À la MJC, ou la Maison des gens et de la culture, that's like the YMCA here in the States. À la piscine is at the pool. À l'école is at school. And au lycée is at high school. So those are some words that we had already seen before. And so next is the words that we had previously learned earlier this week. So où vas-tu means where are you going? And je vais means I'm going. So au théâtre is at the theater. À la plage is at the beach. Au cybercafé at the cybercafé. À la mer at the sea. And the extra credit word is going to be baleine. So I'll type that out for you. Baleine is the word for whale. À la campagne is at the countryside. Au club is like a sports club, like some place where you do like sports activities and things like that, kind of like a boys and girls club. Au zoo, c'est facile, at the zoo. Au lac, at the lake. À l'opéra, at the opera house. À la patinoire, at the ice rink. Au musée, at the museum. I'm going to skip past these ones, but I want to talk about this one. This will probably be an extra credit word as well. The word for Mona Lisa in French is la Joconde. La Joconde. So I'll type out all of the extra credit words in the description of this video. Et puis, à la montagne is at the mountain. And quel temps fait-il? So this is the new words for today. So these are the new words. Quel temps fait-il means what's the weather like? So quel temps fait-il, what's the weather like? So we have il fait chaud and il fait froid. I'm going to turn on my pointer here. So il fait chaud means it's hot, like it's hot outside. Il fait froid means it's cold outside. Il fait beau is it's nice. And il fait mauvais, c'est le contraire, that's the opposite. Il fait mauvais, it's bad, like if there's a thunderstorm. Il pleut means it's raining. So il pleut means it's raining. And this is the verb to rain. So you don't have to know this, but I just wanted to type it out just in case you wanted to. So pleuvoir is the verb to rain. Il neige. Il neige is it's snowing. And so neiger is the verb to snow. You just take neige and add an R onto the end. Il y a du soleil. So il y a du soleil is it's sunny. Il y a des nuages. C'est le contraire. It's the opposite of that. It's cloudy. And il y a du vent. It's windy. So we're going to talk about these as we get going, but that's just a basis. Il fait beau, we learned was that it's nice out. So if it's nice and sunny and it's warm, il fait beau. Il fait mauvais is the opposite. It's bad outside. Il y a des éclairs. There's thunder and lightning. So il y a des éclairs specifically means that there's lightning. We'll talk about the word for thunder here in just a little bit. Il y a du tonnerre means there is thunder. So I skipped past that so it didn't scare you too much. So il y a du tonnerre, there's thunder. Il y a un arc-en-ciel. This is just an extra word that might not be on your quiz. So il y a un arc-en-ciel. Ça, c'est un arc-en-ciel. An arc-en-ciel is a rainbow. Et puis, il fait chaud means it's hot. Il grêle. Il grêle means it's hailing. So il grêle means it's hailing. Il pleut, we learned, was it's raining. Il y a une tempête de neige. So looking here all of this snow coming down is usually how we know if school is going to be closed. So, il y a une tempête de neige is a snowstorm, but you can take out neige and put in pluie for rain, or you can just say il y a une tempête, there's a storm. But il y a une tempête is it's a storm, there's a storm, and il y a une tempête de neige means there's a snowstorm. Il y a des nuages, we learned was it's cloudy. Il neige, we saw was it's snowing. Il fait frais, so en automne, il fait frais. En septembre and octobre, il fait frais. But en hiver, en décembre et janvier, il fait froid. So I said in autumn and in September and October, it's cool or chilly. And then in winter, it's like December and January, it's cold. Il y a un incendie de forêt. So an incendie de forêt, again, this is just an extra word, is a forest fire. So incendie de forêt is a forest fire. Il y a du brouillard. So look at this picture. What do you think brouillard is? Oui, fog. So this is an extra word, but it doesn't help to know just a little bit extra. I tried to put in words that you would see probably often. So il y a du brouillard, it's foggy. Il y a du soleil. We saw already that il y a du soleil means it's sunny. Il y a du vent means it's windy. Il fait froid, remember it's different than il fait frais, and it's la contraire, the opposite to il fait chaud. So il fait froid means it's cold. En hiver, il y a du verglas. So this is an extra word as well, but verglas is that ice that shows up on the road like black ice. Et puis, I want to talk about when you would use il fait, il y a, or il. So when you're using il fait, you use it with things that can be something. Like it can be cold, it can be nice out, it can be hot, it can be cold, and it can be bad outside. So you use it when you're talking about specifically these types of words where it can be something. Next, you use il with verbs. So anytime you have a verb, you're going to use il. And that's used to say like it's snowing or it's raining. And then lastly, use il y a when you have some of something. So we can't have all of the wind in the entire world because that'd be really hard to manage. So we only have some wind, right? Like it can be windy here, but it can also be windy somewhere else. And then we can have some sun, but it's also sunny other places. And then we can have some of the clouds, but we don't have all the clouds in the whole entire world. Otherwise, there would be no sun at all. So il y a is used when you have something like the partitive with du or de or de la. So anytime you have a contraction with those, you're going to use il y a. Il fait, il and il y a. So here's just a review slide for you if you want to write this down or take a picture of it. So il fait, you're using with things that can be, like it can be cool or nice out or hot or cold or bad. You use il with verbs. And il y a you use when you have a contraction with de. So anytime you see something like this. So I have this slide on there in case you're curious. Quel temps fait-il en France aujourd'hui? So if you click down here, it says Météo France. You can click on that and see what the weather is like in France today if you're curious. And the last thing that I want to talk about is like extending invitations, refusing invitations, and things like that. So we already learned on fait when we learned the verb faire. So when you include it with an activity, like this example, they have on fait du jogging, it means shall we, because we're making it a question. So like, shall we go jogging? We could say, on fait du ski, like, do you want to go skiing? On va means how do you want to, like, do you want to go to, or we should go to? How about going to? It's just a question, a way of inviting somebody to go somewhere. So we could say on va au lac, or we could say on va à la plage, on va à l'école, like should we go to school? How about going to school? And things like that. This next one right here is a wish, so it's like a want. And so tu as envie de means do you feel like, or do you have a desire to, like an envy to. So do you want, or do you feel like faire du vélo ce soir? So this second part here, you put in whatever you need, but this main part in bold is do you feel like. And the same thing for ça te dit and then ça vous dit. So literally this means like, is it telling you that you should go do this, or do you feel like doing this? So ça te dit de, and then you put in your activity, or ça vous dit de, and you put in your activity there. Tu viens means do you want to come? So we're going to learn this coming up soon, but this is the verb venir. So tu viens means you want to come, and then you put whatever activity you have here. So we could say tu viens au cybercafé avec moi? Do you want to come to the cybercafé with me? Or we could say tu viens au stade avec moi? Do you want to go to the stadium, etc., etc. So to accept and to refuse invitations, we're going to talk about a couple of things that we've already heard before. We've already heard d'accord, which means okay. Then we've heard bonne idée. I'm sure you've heard Madame say that a couple different times. Bonne idée, which means good idea. And pourquoi pas, you might not have seen these two together, but it's okay. You've seen both of them, just maybe not together. Pourquoi means why, and pas means not. So pourquoi pas, why not? Si tu veux and si vous voulez both mean if you'd like. The only difference is that this one is the informal and this one is the formal. So all you have to know is one of them, and then you just switch out the te for the vous, or vice versa. Non, ça ne me dit rien means no, I don't feel like doing it. So you could say, on fait du jogging, and somebody could say, no, ça ne me dit rien, no, I don't feel like it. Désolé, we know means sorry. So désolé, je n'ai pas, we know, or we should know, which means I don't have. And le temps means the time. So désolé, je n'ai pas le temps. No, I'm sorry, I don't have the time. All right, so to make plans, we already know that qu'est-ce que means what. So qu'est-ce que tu vas faire? What are you going to do? S'il, if, it. So s'il pleut. So qu'est-ce que tu vas faire s'il pleut? What are you going to do if it rains? You could also say qu'est-ce que tu vas faire s'il fait beau, if it's nice outside. Avec qui, we already learned, is with whom. Où ça, we know où means where, and so où ça means like where are we meeting. Où est-ce qu'on se retrouve? Où est-ce qu'on se retrouve means where are we meeting. So retrouve is like refined. So where are we refinding ourselves? Like where are we finding ourselves? Where are we meeting up? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? We already should know qu'est-ce qu'on fait means what are we doing, because we know that on fait means we are doing. And qu'est-ce que means what. So qu'est-ce qu'on fait means what are we doing. Tu vas faire is you are going to do what. So quoi means what. So tu vas faire quoi samedi means what are you going to do, and then you put your day of the week. Je vais, you've seen before in the beginning of this PowerPoint, I said où vas-tu, where are you going? And then we said je vais. So je vais means I'm going, but when you put it with another verb, it means I will. So this sentence right here, je vais jouer aux cartes, means I will play cards. Avec, we know, means with. And then on pourrait, this is a super complex one, but it's good for you to know. So on pourrait means we could. So this is like a, if it's bad, then we could do this. So on pourrait, and then you put whatever activity that you could do. Pas grand-chose. Pas grand-chose means nothing big or not much. So this would be good if somebody is asking you like what you're doing on a specific day. You could say, oh, pas grand-chose, not a lot. Rien de spécial is the same thing. It just means nothing special. So spécial is pretty easy to figure out. And rien, we should have seen before because I usually talk about it a lot when I'm talking about homework. If I don't give you homework, I say rien. So rien de spécial means nothing special, and pas grand-chose, not much. Next word, j'ai trop de choses à faire. So this means I have too much or too many things and then to do. So j'ai trop de choses à faire. I have too many things to do. Or a simpler way to say this is je suis, I am, très, very, occupé is busy. Kind of looks like occupied, so that might help you remember like what occupé means. So really quickly, I'm going to go through these all again and just say them with you. So we have on fait, on va, tu as envie de, ça te dit de, or ça vous dit de, tu viens, d'accord, bonne idée, pourquoi pas, si tu veux, si vous voulez, non, ça ne me dit rien, désolé, je n'ai pas le temps. Sorry, I don't have the time. Aussi, qu'est-ce que tu vas faire s'il pleut? So you can switch out with this pleut with something else. But qu'est-ce que tu vas faire s'il? What are you going to do if it's? Avec qui, we already know from our last set of grammar. Où ça? Où est-ce qu'on se retrouve? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Tu vas faire quoi? Je vais. Avec, on pourrait, pas grand-chose, rien de spécial, j'ai trop de choses à faire, et je suis très occupé. So c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. That's it for today. I know that was a lot of vocab, so give this video a watch a couple different times. You have a vocab quiz coming up on this, but it's probably not going to be until mid to late next week. So make sure that you're just watching this video over and over and over again. If you have questions, si vous avez des questions, envoyez-moi un email, send me an email, et c'est tout, et à plus!